What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another fresh commentary. Now guys, I can't take it anymore. It seems like everything that comes out now is always a disappointment. Every game, no matter how much is hyped up or has so much branding behind it, it generates so much hype only for it to be a complete failure. We can never have a smooth release for any game out there now. Every game that comes out has the worst launch and always ends up flopping, even after some day one patches when the devs release it broken. And that release now, patch later mentality is really hurting the industry. And you know what? Now nobody is willing to pre-order games anymore. Pre-orders are officially dying, especially now with the release of the Callisto Protocol. The Callisto Protocol's release was being hyped up for years now. A lot of people were following the game's development because it was a spin-off Dead Space game. Well, not a spin-off, but you know what I mean. A Dead Space inspired game, so everyone was down to play it. And the studio behind the game, Striking Distance, had it all. All they had to do was make sure the game worked and actually test it before releasing it, because it seems like they didn't. They could have even delayed the game if they saw that some things weren't working properly, because this game only took them 3 years to make, and that doesn't really show. Don't get me wrong, the graphics are great. Love the game despite all the complaints on the combat. Truth is, you get used to it after a while. But playing it so far, I'm on the last chapter, and I gotta say, it was way too short for the price. The story wasn't as great as I expected either. I expected this seriously intense story, doing a deep dive on the background lore of this dead planet, overrun by infected, and the characters on it. And it got good at first, but after a while, it started to get cheesy. The only mission that really did a deep dive in the main story or any story of that sort was the chapter colony, and that's it. Everything else was just repetitive, get lost, find your way back missions. There was no character development. Like I said, the game was just short and felt rushed, so the devs of the majority of the main characters in the game didn't feel as big as something like, say, Brock from God of War, where we grew with that character and got to know them well since the start. But in this game, it just didn't feel like that. Most of the dev scenes in the story felt super rushed, like they had to just kill them off just to get the plot moving. And don't even get me started on the damn jump scares. They were all way too scripted. It felt so unnatural, and the majority of the time they didn't even load in properly. It was way too forced for a horror game. Like they're trying too hard to be scary, and it didn't work. But overall, this was just a very bad launch for this game, especially on PC with all the performance issues. It really killed everyone's interest for this game, and a lot of people have been coming out and saying that they regret pre-ordering the game entirely and plan on never pre-ordering a game again, because this is just a common occurrence at this point. It's almost like pre-ordering any game jinxes it. And it's not just the Callisto Protocol, but Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Gotham Knights, and much more. We really did want these games to do well, but if they managed to at least be able to run smoothly, we would be able to try them out and maybe even enjoy them. But that just adds on to all the negativity on the game and just digs a deeper hole for the reviews. Like, people are willing to try out a bad game, but if you can't even play it, if it doesn't even run or open properly, then what's the point? It's just a complete scam. I'm not going that harsh on the Callisto Protocol, because I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy my time with the game, and it's pretty obvious the second game is coming out and they can really patch up everything. We're all down for a second chance, and I think they can make the game far better when the second game comes out. But as of right now, they've ruined their chances. First impressions are everything, and they lost everyone. I'm just a bit butthurt I spent 80 bucks on the game for my PS5. I originally bought the PC version but had to refund it since it wasn't working. Like, the game literally wouldn't open. And on PS5, it was actually a lot more smoother for some reason compared to every other console. So if they managed to at least make the game run well on every other platform, some people would have actually enjoyed the game despite all the bad game mechanics, story, etc. But because it can't even open or run at a stable frame rate, we can't even try out the game that we all pre-ordered and spent money on. That's why most people on day one on release ended up just refunding it, because they were just like, oh, I've seen this before, might as well get my money back all I can. And this is very disappointing news. Imagine someone pre-ordered this game because they loved the Dead Space series and wanted to try this game out. They bought it early months ago, took off of work and school to finally play at midnight, only for it to be a complete disappointment. It's truly sad. And this isn't a rare occurrence anymore. I can name 7 games that this has happened to this year, and most of which are AAA games. This is every damn time a game releases now. And truth is, these companies are just losing our trust. The new process now is just to wait for content creators and these news outlets to play the game first, review it, say if it's worth it, and then we consider getting it. Nobody cares about pre-order bonuses anymore, or beta access, or any other rewards that come with getting the game early, because it's not worth the risk. Why should I risk 80 bucks for a half-baked game? Sometimes because of all the negative feedback, they halt on the refunds too, kind of like what happened during the Cyberpunk era, and that's just a complete scam. That's basically like, oh, thank you for your money, here's this product that doesn't work, enjoy. The gaming industry has surely changed, and more they just keep losing the trust of consumers. Nobody wants to get games on release now, and it's just how things are gonna be now, especially because games are getting insanely expensive too. Like, even freaking Xbox announced that they're raising their game prices. If you thought next-gen games costed so much, being 75 bucks, well, just you wait, because soon they're gonna be 80 and above. I wouldn't be surprised in about a year and a half they end up being $100. Like, if you're gonna raise the prices, at least make the quality better, because it's sad to say that there are indie titles out there that cost less than 20 bucks and they look and play far better than most AAA games. So all this just means even less pre-orders. Back then, every other guy I knew was waiting for the next big game to come out and pre-ordered everything. And now quality is down, prices are up, 90% of games that come out do not work, and the bonuses for pre-ordering a new game now are close to nothing. So rip pre-orders. Just want to talk about this because I know I'm not the only one who has been noticing the lack of early purchasing on games. All I hear lately is, oh, I'll wait for the reviews to come out, then I'll consider getting the game, but I doubt it, which honestly bums me out because it's sad to see what the gaming scene has come to. Just wanted to rant on this and give a little bit of my thoughts on Callisto Protocol. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Sorry if my voice sounds off a little bit in this video. Your boy is sick for the 5th time. I don't know what the hell is going on. I guess vitamin C doesn't work anymore. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for taking time out of your day to watch this video. You all really mean the world to me. I know a lot of YouTubers say it and it sounds cliche, but just wanted to let you guys know because the support lately has been awesome. But yeah, peace out. Stay blue.